Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, Honest Hearts.
Hoi. Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham. You know our tongue. Smart, Auslander. Joshua in high place of cave. You show respect, Utman. Joshua is greatest warrior. You show him no respect. He show you thunder and fire. You wise for Auslander.
Probably, go all guns here. Since I'm gonna pretty much be using my 2 rifles, nothing else. Now to meet the burned man, and then I have to steal all the pistols. He's field stripping up here.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days, and I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work. Happy trails. I remember. They were good friends. I have bad news for your employers. New Canaan was destroyed, its citizens scattered. All because of the Whitelegs. And Caesar, of course. The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites, almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now, not with everything that's going on. You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord. But it's good to have friends. Daniel and I need pre-war tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them. But many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside. The Sorrows believe in a spirit that lives in the caves. Say the spirit punished them once for trespassing. They put special marks around the cave entrances to keep people out. It doesn't work on the Whitelegs, of course, but the dead horses are spooked. Thank you. Follow Chalk can help you find your way around the valley. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough of our language to ignore the taboos about pre-war buildings. Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Talking about Ulysses.
Caesar would never admit this openly, but he knows that I'm alive. I've killed enough of his Frumentari and assassins that have come looking. I've heard one of them travels the Mojave as a courier. Most of Caesar's agents meet a fitting end in NCR territory, but maybe this one survived. I think that would put him and you in a difficult position. Caesar has agents looking for me, but he won't admit I'm alive. And even if you killed me, he can't acknowledge that. To do so would be to admit I had never died, that Caesar made a mistake. No, he lives by his lies and shall die by his lies. There is no escaping it.
I'd like to see the look on Caesar's face when that Securitron vault opens.
In the
He's
Great
even
Basin
alive
of
by then.
Colorado Plateau, all tribes are known for a specific weapon. Whitelegs are known for their big submachine guns, storm drums. They broke into an armory near Spanish Fork and have been using them for years. Of course, the Dead Horses have their wooden war clubs, and even the Sorrows have their Yao Guai gauntlets. This type of .45 automatic pistol was designed by one of my tribe almost 400 years ago. Learning its use is a new Canaanite rite of passage.
I wonder how much religion would survive. Like, I'm sure vault dwellers know about it, but just your everyday wastelander like the Courier.
I am a new Canaanite. We believe we are the heirs of a spiritual tradition given to our ancestors thousands of years ago. We have made and kept covenants with our Lord God to honor his laws. In exchange, we are promised eternal salvation after this life. A day will come when our Lord returns to judge us all. Until then, we must honor his laws and start others along the path of salvation if we can. That's why we trade with others and work the tribes. We have more than food and medicine to offer. Good news is our most valuable commodity. In a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that, in the end, there is light in the darkness. Every day we move closer to our judgment. We must do our best to walk in the footsteps of our Lord and teach others how to do the same. For many of us, the road is a difficult one, but the path is always there for us to follow, no matter how many times we may fall. Every day, some days are harder than others. I wouldn't say that. I am the acting war chief for the Dead Horses. They look up to me for such matters, but I only have the authority they give me. Daniel is the spiritual leader and main link of the new Canaanites to the Sorrows. He's up in the Narrows right now. A great deal. There are 3, make that 4 tribes here in Zion. You've already met the Whitelegs on the way in. In this camp, you'll find Dead Horses. In the Narrows, the Sorrows. And finally, there's Daniel and myself. We're new Canaanites. They attack everyone who isn't a Whiteleg, especially caravans. They don't know how to survive on their own, so they have to raid. But as for why they are here, they are trying to wipe us out. All of us. They want to join Caesar's legion, and they can only prove their worth by destroying the new Canaanites and everyone we shelter. Most don't. It's been hundreds of years since the war. They've developed their own languages. Take the Dead Horses. We think they were originally refugees from a place called Rez, east of the Grand Canyon. They speak a combination of Rez and a language spoken by travelers who were visiting Rez when the bombs fell. Over time, the 2 languages blended. I was a translator years ago, but it's hard to keep up with all of the tribal variations. The valley belongs to God, but no. The Dead Horses live at Dead Horse Point, up the Colorado River. They came here because I asked them to. Before I returned to the fold, I visited them years earlier. I looked much different then, but I left an impression on them. I taught them how to hunt more efficiently, how to maintain their weapons and pre-war equipment. When I returned, they showed their appreciation. The Sorrows have many skilled hunters among them, but no warriors. They have not had to deal with war or raiders for decades. Even though they can hunt a full-grown Yaoguai, they don't know how to deal with the Whitelegs. That's why we're here. We wear more clothing than them and understand more about technology. But we're still a tribe, a linked family of families. The Boneyard, Phoenix, New Vegas, they're just places, metal and stone. New Canaan dies, but the tribe lives on. When the walls come tumbling down, when you lose everything you have, you always have family. And your family always has tribe. Of course. We do. Though the Whitelegs destroyed New Canaan, they didn't destroy all of our supply caches. All forms of currency are recognized here. Caps, NCR dollars, even Legion coin. Take a look.
Buying that to use it for repairing.
Let me have a look. My tribe may take too much pride in its mechanical talents, but in truth, we are intrigued by the workings of a fine firearm.
I'll repair that. Mostly just repaired that so I could get him up to enough to sell this to him.
Right now, I'd like you to focus on helping Daniel. Maybe there will be time later. God be with you.
Pretty good conversation. Have enough to
the shadow of a ghost.
Sorry, but I just need to borrow this.
Welcome back.
Well then, let's get to trading. Feels good to be doing some actual scouting, not just following.
It's nice to have a silenced pistol finally. And 1911 at that. There was a survivalist catch up here.
What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Our advanced scouts leave chalk signs to mark places rich with game. I'm not a full scout yet, so I follow the marks and guide the hunters. Dead horses mark ourselves to commemorate our hunts. When a hunter takes a great beast, or when a youth goes on his first hunt, he gets a tattoo. We came up in the land of the dead horse, though why the back when folks called it that, I got no hint. We raided, we fought, we lost. Our enemies drove us back into Zion, and we would have died if it hadn't been for Joshua. Joshua and his Caesar. When Joshua first came to us, he was servant to a man he called Caesar. He led his master's armies, and we were ready to follow him into war. Then he lost his master's army to a tribe called NCR, the Sunset People. When he returned, he was as you saw him. Burned, broken, but changed. He led us away from Caesar, led us to our own destiny in Zion. If it wasn't for Joshua, the dead horses would still be the whipping boys of the Zion Valley. He taught us how to hold our territory, to protect ourselves. He guided us away from Caesar, and showed us how Caesar would have destroyed us.
Yeah, you don't see any tattooed tribals in the Legion, so they must put them all down.
We decorate our clubs with them to honor Joshua Graham. They were the weapons of his old tribe, so now they are ours. Can't say they seem that dangerous to me, but Joshua says they won the West. Only a little. I was very young. He was different. Prouder, yes, but harder, crueler, more driven. Really, I was terrified of him. We all were. When he came back, I almost didn't believe he was the same man. He was humbler. He wanted to protect, not destroy. Little bit. I met some of their missionaries a few times, but I've never been to their city. Joshua could tell you more. Or Daniel, I imagine. Ask away. Mostly it's the mountain bighorners. Whole herd of them up on the cliffs there. Usually they're not too aggressive, but lately, whew. My guess is one of the calves got lost somewhere along the way. Bighorners are communal. One missing calf, and the whole herd gets ornery. If that calf doesn't turn up soon, they might very well come down into the valley and attack the camp. Yeah? Hey, thanks. Most of the hunters don't listen when I tell them the problem. Just one thing. Try not to kill any bighorners if you can, yeah? You'll drive the herd off and we'll have to range farther on our hunts. Of course you do. I understand. You know, I heard stories about rangers from back when. They carried lightning sticks that stunned the animals. I've never been to any of the back when places, but they might have left one when they died. You might also try luring the baby out with some banana yucca.
I'm gonna do
The
this
mountain
quest
bighorners love the stuff.
once we're done talking to him, get it over with, 'cause it's pretty near here, and the bighorners won't attack me.
That's great. I'll help any way I can. What can I tell you? Whitelegs. Nasty bunch. They've been raiding deeper into Zion ever since New Canaan was wiped out. That's the weird part. Normally, the Whitelegs keep to the Great Salt Lake. I don't know what brought them down this far south. Best place to look for back when stuff is the taboo places. Sorrows and dead horses don't go in there, and even Whitelegs don't like them much. Lots of them around the valley. Places built by the folk from back when. You'll know them when you see them. Scouts mark them with handprints. The handprints are a warning to keep out. Angry ghosts live inside. Not that I believe in angry ghosts. They're just spooky old places, right? Lots of back when places to choose from. But for the things we need, Best to start with the really closed-up places. 3 I know of. A building down by the river called a fishing lodge. The old ranger station in the northwest. And the general store right by it. Closer to home might be something you can salvage from the place where the little ones fell. Just west of the Eastern Virgin. In the river, there's a twisted pile of metal and glass. All full of bones. Joshua says they were scouts, but they looked awful small to me. Lots of that old stuff, how do you say it, electronics. Maybe you could use some of it.
Don't want him getting in the way. Or actually, I'll let him come a little further up.
Bet they don't have anything as nasty as Yao Guai out where you come from, huh?
Oh, maybe they won't attack him either. I don't think I've ever done this DLC with that perk.
Right behind.
Or save it just in case.
I hear some odd things about the civilized lands outside Zion. Is there really a giant thunder lizard people live inside?
Seriously, don't put animal escort quests in a game. Terrible.
Is there really a giant thunder lizard inside? I tell you? Whew, glad to hear it. That'll be some happy mama, huh? Thank you. Really, it means a lot to me.
On the wrong side of the river. Couldn't get to where I was going from there.
Uh-oh.
Chiksuka Tati.
Idiot. Oh shit, did I? Okay, I did save it after the... Sure, I saved it after the,
What can I tell you?
That would have failed the main quest right there. Stupid.
Ready, steady, fighting.
What are we fighting? Oh, that's what we're fighting.
Station of hostilities complete.
Way I heard it.
Wonder if anyone survived this crash. Doesn't look like it. You think one of these new Canaanites could just make a compass?
Time to fight. Was that all? This one looks pretty tough. Bad guys dealt with. Uh-oh.
What now?
Fighting over.
Fighting time!
Just a hand.
Time to... Cessation of hostilities complete.
There's another Randall Clark cave.
Time to fight. Cessation of hostilities
Yeah,
complete.
why? Out where you come from, huh?
It's a little disturbing taking blood sausage from, wow, they almost walked right into that.
Hit boy lights on.
Now what?
Starting combat. Just kidding.
So I finally get to explore all those taboo places without the other scouts yelling at me? Can't wait.
Trying to find if there's something else I'm missing here. Usually something unique. See, this is 5 years in. Oh, he went back to Salt Lake City this week. Looks like Salt Lake took a direct hit. I sure as hell wouldn't want to survive a nuclear blast. Like and then just get all burned up. I get take vaporized over that. Saved a little kid's life there. This is, or no, I don't think this one's at the start of the Saros tribe. This one's an earlier group that they get massacred by the inhabitants of Vault 22. The other side is just plant creatures, so we're just gonna avoid that altogether.
There can't really be a place where people go into big buildings and give away all their money just to watch someone flip paper squares on a table.
That does get a little annoying, I'll say. Especially the giant thunder lizard one. I think it's Yaguai.
Why do you carry all those bottle caps anyway?
Time to fight. That's all.
That doesn't count as food, though. Oh, this is where the White Lake base can't get in there anyways.
thing always knows where north is, huh? Even if it can't see the stars?
See what goodies we got in this one. Goddamn.
I hear some odd things about the civilized lands outside Zion. Is there really a giant thunder lizard people live inside?
No, no one lives inside. Am I stuck? I think I might be.